Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. Now if you're not familiar with me, I'm the host of IrixGuy's Adventure Channel. That's youtube.com/IrixGuy. And I've been doing YouTube quite aggressively for the past several years. Now what I want to talk about within this video, if maybe you haven't started with YouTube yet, maybe you have, but you're not seeing the results that you would like to see. I'm going to provide some pointers within this video that are based upon my own personal experiences. Now keep in mind, just because they work for me doesn't mean they'll work for you, and you may even find something that works a lot better than this, because I know my channel at the time of posting this is approaching 19 million video views and approaching 32,000 subscribers. Now in the world of YouTube, that's really not that big. There's a lot of larger channels out there, but I've done all of this on my own, and I'm not part of a multi-channel network. I'm an independently operated channel, so it's something that I want to throw that out before you listen to the rest of this video. So there's a few things you want to be aware of when you're starting out, and the mistake I've seen a lot of people make is that they try to stretch themselves out too far. So instead of making one video or a series of videos on a particular topic, they'll go from topic A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Very wide spectrum. And although in theory that may be able to work over the long haul, what typically happens is that that person gets so wrapped up in all of these unrelated topics that it's hard to tie them together, and becomes, in one's mind, it becomes an administrative nightmare. So what I've found that's easiest to do is find a topic that you feel that you're well versed on speaking about, or not just necessarily speaking, but actually going out in a field and doing whatever hobby that may be, or traveling and doing whatever tip you may have suggested. Start with something that you're familiar with or somewhat familiar with, and then what you can do, as you continue that journey on your own to learn more about whatever that topic is, you're concurrently educating your audience, but not only educating your audience, but entertaining your audience as well. So the way to make an effective YouTube channel, the formula that I've followed, is finding something I'm interested in, and then going into that in a great amount of depth and learning more as I go, and learning more from my audience, and then exploring related things. So a good example on my channel, I do a lot of travel videos. So to do travel videos, obviously that's closely related to camera videos, because when you travel, you need to use a camera. When you travel, you need to snorkel. When you travel, you need to, there's certain things that you can take that can help you pack more efficiently, and it just all kind of ties together. And now obviously I've got a heavy drone component. Well, drone can tie into a lot of things. Then you've also got boating, you've got travel, you've got tutorial videos, you've got, the list goes on, and you can find things that aren't necessarily immediately related, but they're closely related enough to where you can segue from one topic into another, and that helps to keep yourself going, because the place where I've seen a lot of people fail with YouTube is just the lack of motivation. I mean, YouTube is not an overnight formula for success. Sure, there may be some people that posted one video and it went viral, but for the mainstream, that's probably not the case. So it's one of those things that, from my experience, and again, this is my experience, is just really plugging at it hard and having a good time, and learning in the process, and just continuing to go on and on and on. And it's a good idea, from my experience, to, as you have ideas for videos, jot those down. I use an iPhone, and I've got the notes in there, and I'll keep a list going as I think of things. I'll put them in the notes, kind of like a video to-do list. Something that also often causes people to fail with YouTube is that they're trying to meet whatever quota they set for themselves. Maybe it's one video a day, maybe it's one video a week, maybe it's 3 videos a week, maybe it's 3 or 4 videos a day. For me personally, I like to post about 2 to 5 videos a day. And that's just the formula that I found works best for me. Now, it would easily become exhausting if I expected to film all 5 of those videos in one day. So what I do, I pick a day, a weekend, sometime early morning, late at night, or whatever, when I'm just, when I'm feeling relaxed and I can really focus upon filming that video. And I won't film one video, I'll film about 20, back to back, 4 to 5 minutes in duration, and then I'll upload those. And then that way they're on YouTube. And there's an advantage to doing that, because once they're on YouTube, after a video uploads, especially if you're filming in 4K Ultra HD like I do now exclusively, that allows YouTube time to process the video, because after you upload, it's got to process. Because if you ever upload a video and then immediately watch it, you're going to notice the resolution isn't topping out. So whether you're doing 1080p or whether you're doing 4K like I do, you'll notice that immediately following the upload that you're not going to have those higher resolution video options. So by filming, uploading, and then publishing a few days later, you're able to publish content that by that point in time has hopefully been fully processed by YouTube. So you're going to provide your viewers with the maximum resolution viewing option, depending upon their equipment. Are they watching using a 4K monitor or 4K TV? And you're also freeing yourself up, so it's not that you're not in a situation where you say, oh gosh, I've got to film, whatever your own quota is for your channel per day that you've set for yourself. It's not like, oh, I've got to film those videos and then put them up, because I will tell you from experience, if you're just filming to film, that'll show in your videos. So you need to film, you need to set aside a bracket of time every day, or set aside a longer period of time every few days, and just film. And then that's what works for me, because on any given day, I've probably got 30 or 40 videos in queue just waiting for me to publish. And as I've mentioned, what works best for me is publishing 2 to 5 videos a day, and that just keeps the channel alive. Because a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with over-editing. Over-editing is a good thing for some people. You can really produce some really high-quality videos. But sometimes, especially in the YouTube realm, there's value in abundance. There's value within an abundance of videos catering to a certain topic versus one professionally produced video catering to that same topic that may not hit as many topics within that video. So, for example, my formula, and again, develop your own formulas, find what works. Look at your analytics within YouTube, find what works, find what your viewers like. Read the comments, respond to the comments, find what the viewers like and react to that. But for me, being able to get that content out there, professionally produced, doesn't have to be a Hollywood production. But for me, just getting the content out there in a professional fashion, it doesn't have to be fine-tuned. I don't have to have all the color correction 100%. I don't have to have the audio 100%, this, that, and the other, but I try to make it as good as I can, but not spend too much time to where editing that content becomes a burden. Because ultimately, with my channel, I'm about the delivery of the message. And sure, I want it to look pretty within a video format, but ultimately, I'm about delivering the message. So as long as it's watchable and as long as it's audible, for me, that's great. Now, example, right now, I'm using a lavalier mic, and I'm using a camcorder, and I'm matching the audio. So what I'll do in post-production for this video, it's a very simple workflow. Since I'm using this Rode SmartLav Plus mic, and check the link within this video's description, you can find the equipment I'm using. I've got a link there. But it records, once I finish this video, I hit upload from my iPhone, it sends the audio file to Dropbox. Then I download the video from my camera to my computer, and usually by the time the video from my camera is downloaded, then the audio is already there, and I just drag it into Final Cut Pro, and I do an audio sync, mute the camcorder's audio, and I've got the professional audio. So again, that's a time saver that helps my audio to be of semi-pro quality. I mean, you hear the audio within this video, it sounds pretty good, I think. So it's tricks like that, finding things that streamline your process. Now, ultimately, I do a lot of chroma keying. And again, check the link within this video's description for all this information, but I've simply got a wall that's painted, and you can find the information for the paint that I use there, but it's just painted wall. And I've got good lighting that I had an affordable electrician come in and install, and I'm able to produce these chroma key effects. So that's another good thing. And when you travel or when you go out with a camera, be sure to film a lot of tripod shots, 5, 10, whatever duration you may need, so that you can repurpose those as green screen backdrops. Because that's going to become another thing for your viewers. You want to mix up the visual elements, because if you're always watching a video on a certain channel and that person's always with the same backdrop or in the same chair, even though they may be one of the best speakers on YouTube, the visual component becomes redundant. And if you mix that up for the viewers, make it to where they don't really know what to expect, then that keeps them even more excited about watching your videos. So for that reason, I try to film as many backdrops as I can when I travel, because I'll repurpose those over and over and over thanks to my green screen. There's a lot of things that, just aside from the volume of videos that are uploaded and the audio quality and the video quality, there's a lot of things that people can do to better, to hopefully increase the rate at which their channel trends. And one of those important elements, another one of the important elements, is to always be aware of that call for action. Be sure to mention verbally within your video, say, hey, be sure to share this video with others and subscribe. YouTube.com/IrixGuy. Let people know, create that call for action. Let people know that you're wanting to grow and you need their help. Because someone may watch a video of yours and they may thoroughly enjoy it, but they may not be as tech savvy as you, and they may not realize that, well, hey, I can subscribe to a YouTube channel. They don't realize that there's value in doing that. So it's important to communicate that, and not only to communicate it, but to make it as easy as possible for that viewer. And there's several ways you can do that. And I didn't do a lot of it in the beginning days of YouTube, but as I've mentioned, it's been an ongoing trial and error, self-improvement process. So now what I do with my videos, most all of my videos, I'll have an intro that'll have my channel name, IrixGuy's Adventure Channel, YouTube.com/IrixGuy, and it's got an annotation they can click to subscribe. And then also you can use cards. If you edit one of your YouTube videos that's been uploaded within Video Manager, there's a feature called Cards, and there's a subscribe option in there as well. And the advantage to that is that, unlike the annotations that don't work on a variety of mobile devices, the cards should. So that's another way. You want to make it as easy as possible for that user to click and to subscribe to your channel, because if it requires extra steps, most people aren't going to do it, because people by default, they're either lazy or they're going on to the next video and they don't want to take the extra step and get out of their, the windows they've got open. They don't want to get out of that to take a manual step to subscribe. They just want to be able to click something. So think about that. Also, collaboration with other YouTube channels. It doesn't have to be a YouTube channel that's exactly like yours, but maybe do a Hangouts on air. Maybe maybe post a video and respond to another channel's video. Say, hey, I saw your video on topic XYZ. Here's my thoughts on that. What do you think? Not only does that get dialogue going back and forth between you and that other channel owner, but also their fans. It helps to better increase the possibility of cross-pollination from a subscriber perspective. Because a channel that posted a video that interested you, and you posted a video response, that was of similar interest. But they may have a whole different demographic. They may have videos on other topics, just like your channel does, that both of your channels don't share. So as a result of that, there's a greater possibility that the subscribers will be unique. So if their subscribers see your video and your subscribers see their video, there may be some cross-pollination going there from a subscriber perspective. They may subscribe to the other person's channel. And likewise, if two channels were pretty much dead-on identical from a content perspective, there's still that possibility for cross-promotion from subscribers, because there's so many people in this world. I mean, YouTube is a worldwide, there's a worldwide audience for YouTube. So just because I've got a channel, let's just say I've got a channel and all I talk about is drones, and somebody else has a channel and all they talk about is drones. Well, the probability that all of their subscribers and my subscribers are going to be exactly the same is pretty slim. So for that reason, cross-promotion with channels that seem to be almost identical in their content, that's still a value. But I try to go, I found optimum results with channels that are similar but not too similar, if that makes sense. So, explore your, when you're logged into YouTube, go into your analytics and really dig into that. See where your subscribers are coming from. See where, look at your top videos and see, is there a point within that video where the viewership tends to drop? And then watch that video and figure out, was there a glitch with the video at that point in time? Did it seem to get slow at that point in time? What caused the majority of people to stop watching the video at that point in time? And use that as an opportunity to improve your future videos. So basically, find what works for you the best. Looking at analytics and just, plain trial and error, and asking your audience, what do you think about this? And what would you have done better? That sort of thing. And take all of that, take those lessons learned, and, further tweak your format. But when I say further tweak, again, from my perspective, I don't mean creating an administrative nightmare for yourself. Because if you turn YouTube into what seems like a chore, you're not going to want to do it. So you've always got to keep it fun for yourself, but you've got to keep it fresh for your audience. Fun for yourself, fresh for your audience, and keep that consistent look and feel with all your branding so that when people see your thumbnail, and that's another thing, thumbnails are super important. Get a high quality image, get some bold text that, just a few words or whatever that gives that viewer an expectation before they click watch on that video, what they may see in there. And that consistent branding, so when they see it, they're like, yeah, that looks like a video that IrixGuy's posted, just looking at the thumbnail. Create that consistent look and feel for your branding. And I mean, these are just a few tips, and I'm going to post more in-depth videos, and I may even host a live show. I haven't had an IrixGuy's live show in a while, and I may host a show in the near future that's just kind of a question and answer forum for fellow YouTubers. What have you learned that works? What questions do you have for me? And just kind of go back and forth, because that's the unique opportunity that YouTube presents. In the past, with your big TV networks, etc., the people that would participate in that were typically people that had a lot of money and they were able to do it, or they were people that had a lot of recognition. Whether it was a result of being part of a family that's famous, etc. But the beauty of YouTube is that with the right formula and with the right self-motivation, most anyone can create, if they're determined to do so. Most anyone can create an empire with YouTube. And that's what I'm going after. I mean, it's ultimately, as I mentioned earlier, it's fun, but you've got to have a mission. And you've got to look at it more than just, you don't have to, but I do. I force myself to. I don't look at this as strictly entertainment, because that would be a waste of my time. Like playing a video game, or putting together a crossword or a puzzle or something like that. Those activities help one to relax and unwind. That's what YouTube does for me. But it's concurrently productive, and that's what I like about it, because I'm doing this, and I'm not just doing this to waste time. I'm doing this to relax, but I'm also doing it to learn, and I'm also doing it to possibly share useful information with the world about YouTube and about how social media works. And the way I'm able to do that is just exploring it on my own and figuring out this worked, this didn't work, and then piecing all those clues together and figuring out how to do it. So I hope this video is of value. Again, stay tuned for more, and be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/IrixGuy. And follow me on Facebook too, facebook.com/IrixGuy. And I'm on other social media too, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and possibly at the time of posting this video, even more social media. So thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day.